What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about Nikola, and it's supposed to be like Tesla's rival. We're going to be going through the charts and seeing how much profit we can actually make with it. We're also going to be basically, what is it, right? Like I said, it's supposed to be Tesla's rival. But as we can see here, instead of using electric and all of that stuff, it actually two electric semi-trucks, so it does have that as well. But it is supposed to be the rival to Tesla, just apparently better because it uses hydrogen. So, right, let's see how that goes. But today, as you can see, plummets 21% because the company keeps like selling shares, like the original investors. We can look at the 180-day chart. We can see here, right? Like, obviously, if as an investor I would have bought at $10, no, for I obviously would sell at around like the 80, 90 mark, right? For every dollar I put in, I would get $8 back or $9 back, almost $10 back. So if you put in 10,000, you then get 100,000 back, right? And these investors weren't like, yeah, I'll put in 10,000. Most of them put in like 50, so they make $500,000 back. So no wonder they end up selling shares. But as you can see here in this price chart, right, it has a huge spike up, and now it's going down, and then it consolidates, it goes down, consolidates, goes down, right? So will it keep going down further? Will it keep going high? Because as you can see here, if it goes back to the $97 mark, you will make 150%. Now, is that going to happen? Well, that's why we're going to do this, and we are going to be diving into it. As you can see here, let's go on to the 5-day, 5-minute chart. We can see here it was right around the $50 mark, right? If you got in right here at the 51 and you rode it all the way up to 55, you made a decent 10% profit, right? So that's what we're trying to get here too. As you can see, I already started drawing some trend lines, right? It hit its low of $38. Had to mark that position because if it broke below $38, then there is basically no stopping it. It will then go down even further. And me personally, I do not want to ride that wave all the way down. So if it breaks below $38, that is then going to be my selling point in a sense, right? So I'm just playing around with it because as you can see today, it had, like it's at a 22% drop in a sense. But then if you would have gotten in at the $38, and this was the pre-market and everything, it would have had a 14% upside gain. And then from that point on, it really just, even right here, you would have had around a 6% gain. And then right here is it really just consolidated from here to here. There wasn't like a huge percent change because from here to there, give me that line. It was like legit 0.19% difference throughout that entire time period. And then again, up until its mini drop right here, when it went back down to the $38 mark and it had a nice bounce, that was a 5% decline. But then from that bounce, it ended up going up 8%, right? So again, you would have had great opportunity. That was a huge support right there. And as you can see here, I ended up drawing its new resistance, then its support, right? And it's kind of been fluctuating from this area throughout the entire day. As you can see, that is literally around 0.4% profit throughout the day if you were to go back and forward. But as you can see here, this is kind of the support, or what it used to be, because if we were to continue drawing this out, this would be at exactly the price point it is at right now, 38.8. The next resistance is then at 39.19, which is a middle VWAP. And if you were to ride that, that is about a 1% gain. So that is nice. And then if it breaks above the middle VWAP, there is a high chance of it going up to this resistance right here, which is about a 1.8% gain. So again, wait for that 2 candlestick confirmation, right? So right now, should you be buying at the middle before it crosses the middle VWAP? In my opinion, no. You need to wait above that confirmation because this right here, you have 2 resistances right here, this one, and then you got the middle VWAP. If it breaks above the middle VWAP, a 2 candlestick green candlestick confirmation above the middle VWAP, which is around 39.3 in my opinion, you can ride that all the way up to even close to here, because that is the next resistance then at 40.0, just 40 exactly. That's 1.8% profit. So for every dollar you put in, you make $1.80 in a sense. And then if it breaks this resistance, right? Let's say you like, okay, 1.8% profit, that's a good profit. But then it starts breaking down a little bit. Well, then at that point, like, okay, you're like, okay, 1.5, that's still good, right? You still have decent margins to profit from. Or if it goes above again, then you have a almost 3% profit margin. But if you look at the long run, right, this stock again, let's go to the 20-day chart, actually 180. We can see here that it ended up going down to 52, but then from 52 it ended up shooting up to 74, which is a 42% gain. Same thing it did here. Went down to around, what price would this be? Around $40, and from $40 it ended up shooting to 59. So that was again almost a 50% gain. Now, the same thing can happen right here. It can again shoot up from the $38 mark, not again to higher highs, because as you can see, it keeps making lower highs in a sense, right? It's doing that downward pattern. But overall, what it can do is, since it is at around $38 and it went from 40 all the way to 58, which was close to 50% profit, it can go from $38, it can go up back to the mid 40 range where the other resistance is. I believe the exact number is around $43, $45. So let's say you got in right now at the 38.84 if you want to do a swing trade instead of a day trade. Then the middle VWAP, what I previously said, you can just ignore that because that is more for the day trade for tomorrow. You can then wait, and that's $7 share, and depending, since it's a pretty cheap stock in my opinion at $38.83, $7 a share for every 100 shares you have, that would be a $700 profit as a swing trade in the next week or so. So again, it also has a huge downside risk. So yes, you can make another 10, let's say from the 38 up to around the 45, which is a 20% profit. At the same time, this can downsize, right? I don't want to just talk about the profit. I want to also talk about the risk. This can also go down to right around here, which is a $28. So it's very straight dab in the middle. But based off of its patterns, it will look like from the $38 price point, it will go back up to around the 45 and then again create lower lows at the, where is this price at? Right here at the 30 mark. And then from 30, it can go back up to around 35, 40. And then from there, it will keep going down until the shares are finally done selling and it truly puts out some cars and starts making, in a sense, profit and all of that fun stuff that companies should be doing. So it's not just talked about and it's not just anticipated, but actually proving what it can do. So that is what the chart is telling me. I'm not telling you guys to do anything. I'm just giving you the pros and cons of this stock and what my opinions are. But if you look at the 1 day, 1 minute, I think if it breaks above this middle VWAP here, and it's a bad sign because it just broke below the SMA line. Again, need that 2 candlestick confirmation on SMA line. Wait for VWAP. If it does 2 candlestick confirmation, keep buying or don't sell yet. If it does 2 candlestick deconfirmation, then personally I would sell. That is how I do it. But overall, even right now, the reward is close to 5% within this week alone. So if you think 5% in 1 week is a good position for you to take, then yes, you can take this position right now. But other than that, that is what I have on Nikola. But be sure to make your own research. Don't just listen to what I say. But hopefully you guys found this video enjoying and informative. If you did, please comment down below if you want me to change something or if you want any other stocks or any comments, questions, concerns. I would love to hear them. If you did like this video, please give it a like. And if you thought this is an informative channel, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot on that. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a fantastic rest of your week.